When you've completed your ointment, you'll notice that it's a nice golden consistency. We need to now pack it, and this is the time to be aware that not all ointment jars are created equal. I just brought two. These are both 2-ounce jars, and if you look at them, you'll notice that one is taller and narrower, and the other is shorter and wider. It doesn't make any difference which jar that you use, but you need to think about the next step, and that is if you're going to put a label on the jar. The shorter jars will take a smaller label. So you have to think about the size of the label that you're going to put onto the ointment jar. The shorter jar takes a smaller label, while the taller jar will take a taller label. So you're better off to use the taller jar. That way you will not have to cut the label because of the short size of the ointment jar. So we'll pack our ointment in a taller 2-ounce ointment jar. All right, it's generally easier to use the smaller spatula to pack an ointment jar. And the first part that you want to do is to make sure that you get the ointment in the crevices of the ointment jar bottom. That's typically where air pockets will sit, and they will not let you put all of the ointment into the jar. So just put your ointment in there and just push it around with the spatula into the corners. Then you can just go in and add the rest of the ointment. I know that in some pharmacies, they will be all right with you taking the ointment jar and banging it to make the ointment go down. I would prefer you not do that, for the simple reason is that you can split the jar and then you have to repack the ointment. Why they want you to do that is to make sure that you get all of the air bubbles out of the jar, and that's very easy to do by a different method. Take your spatula and just stab the ointment while it's in the jar. And if there's any air pockets, it will come on out. Take a Chem wipe and wipe the threads of the jar. And then to put a professional finish on the ointment jar, take your small spatula, put halfway across the jar and rotate the jar underneath it. And this will give a very nice professional finish to your product. If necessary, take another Chem wipe, clean the threads off. Cap and label.